At first, I went through a stage of like disbelief. I was like, no way. People are just doing this as like a just a reaction to like the AD carry nerfs, and it'll only happen for like a week or so before people realize, oh, AD carries are still fine to play. But now I think I'm coming to the realization that this is what the bot lane meta is going to be unless they buff like marksman a lot more.
Mostly positive at first, and then I started like really understanding a lot of the negatives, which I think one thing that really sucks is, this is especially true in solo queue, which in my opinion is like a very separate game from competitive. Is in solo queue, when you play an AD carry, your base stats got nerfed so hard that like you can't really influence the game too much before it's kind of decided. And I would say like it's in part due to AD carries being too weak early game and being kind of like balanced in that way because they're way too overpowered late game. And I wish it was kind of like less of these two extremes.
I think I knew these things were viable before, but yeah, I guess until 8.11 was when everyone was like, all right, you know what, AD carry, everything got nerfed. Let's just throw a fit and start playing these champs. And then everyone was like, wait, these actually aren't bad. These are actually good bottom.
Honestly, I think like the new meta with all the marksmen changing affected me the most out of all the NA LCS AD carries, since like I have a really bad habit of when I get into solo queue, if I don't get AD carry or marksman, I tend to just hit the top right hand, like the X in the top right hand corner, and just wait out the queue timer. But so it's definitely been really rough for me, and I've been a huge student in the house. I've been asking my teammates, hey, what's good into Vlad? Or hey, what's good? And like, what do you think's like the counter to this? What items do I build on this champion? And they'll just teach me it.
The new meta is definitely being very interesting. So I can play like the champions pretty well mechanically, but sometimes I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in team fights, and I think like that's like my biggest downfall as a player in this meta. I'm a little I'm here and there. Like some champions I'm really comfortable on, but some champions I'm like, I'm bronze right now. So yeah, there's definitely here and there.
It was scary, and it was frustrating, and fun all at the same time. I think when I heard that you can play like Syndra, Ziggs, Vlad, all that stuff, it was kind of fun. I was like, excited to like learn these champions, like go into solo queue, like playing these new champions. But then I was really bad at them, and I'm still bad at them. So yeah, it's a little scary when you like have to, if you feel like you're forced to play something completely different. Like you're not playing like a different AD carry champion, you're playing a completely different role.
I like this new meta because I think I have some wide champion pool, and I can play like even just pure AD carry. I think I'm pretty fine with that, and another like Swain or some mage or melee champion, just I'm fine with playing with it, and I'm enjoying this like variety champion pool.
In the beginning when it shifted like really, really fast, I was kind of in denial, like there's no way this is gonna happen. The AD's been played for so long. And then slowly I was like, okay, maybe this is fine, maybe I can play some wacky stuff bottom and it's okay. And then now it's like, AD carries are still not terrible, so they're still pretty good. So I think it's really valuable right now if your bot lane can play both styles.
But yeah, in terms of like, meta changes down bottom lane, I think like mid and top laners have to deal with those kind of things all the time. And I think if you can't adapt to that as an AD carry and you're like, I'm only gonna play marksman, this is how the game should be, then like you should be a pro player. I mean, I would just be sitting there playing, the same 3 champions for the whole season while my mid and top laner are playing. They get to play tanks, they get to play assassins, they get to play mages. Yeah, and I get to see like my solo laners, oh, hey, we can flex this pick. And I'm just down there, I'm like, oh, okay, have fun, guys.
But yeah, I can see like the downside of like some players who've been playing AD carry like their whole life not being able to play like other champions or different roles. So it's definitely very detrimental in that sense. But I still have the belief, because maybe it's because I come from a background of like playing a lot of Dota, that I think like every player should be good at the game.
I think in the beginning I was definitely pretty frustrated with it, and it's like everyone's telling you to play this, and then you're like, I don't even think it's good. I want to play this other stuff. And then, at the end, none of you are right because no one knows what the hell is going on, right?
At first I found Brand really fun to play, He does a lot of damage. He's kind of like a marksman since he's ranged. And he just deals like a lot of damage. And I thought that was like a lot of fun to play. It was really easy too. You just mash all your keys real quick and everyone's dead.
I tried to play Yasuo. It was not fun. Like, especially since I'm watching other, good Yasuo players. Like I'll watch them play mid, and then I'm playing Yasuo, and it's just like, I don't understand.
I think I'm like a mage type player in general, so I really enjoyed playing like Syndra, Ryze, and Vlad bottom. Outside of those, I think I haven't experimented like too much, besides like some other picks that I'm not gonna say. But for bruisers, I don't think the bruisers are actually that good bottom. I think their laning phases is like they lose to traditional AD carries almost every single time, unless like the enemy team just like hard camps the bottom lane. But I don't think, I think the bruisers are kind of like an overreaction and aren't that good bottom.
I've actually had a ton of fun playing mages bottom and just like random stuff like Ziggs, Vlad. Like I even played Syndra, and then as far as like bruisers go, I felt like I should learn the basics, so Yasuo and Aurelia, and I got pretty good at those champions. Unfortunately, the one time that we played something non-standard, we lost to Golden Guardians, so there's kind of like a negative stigma there already.
Oh, in solo queue. I think I was practicing Yasuo one time, and I died 22 times.
So you were the troll.
Yeah, I was the troll. I played Yasuo Xin Zhao bottom versus Jace Poppy. It was me and Zazel versus Cody Sun and Anda. So it's like all pro players.
I guess Bran AD carry is one of the weirdest, and I think that's a bit popular now. Bran is just like a champion who it's very frustrating to play against, and he feels like kind of broken when you play against him. But yeah, I think that's probably the most fun. Like I remember playing my first time Bran in solo queue, and I was like 4-0 by like 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I don't feel like I did anything well. I just kind of threw my stuff out, and I'm just stronger than them.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because like anything that goes bottom, like I'm kind of okay with right now. Like I'm not really too shocked anymore.
Well, I've been playing Karthus bottom, and it's like really troll. It's pretty much like you either just get farm for free and you scale really well for any like team fights later on, or if you have a really bad early game, like if they gank you or you mess up 2-2, then you pretty much just run it down the whole game, and then your team gets really like pissed off because it's like you have a Karthus bottom that's just inting.
See, I wouldn't even be surprised if I voted against a Karthus bot. If they picked an enemy team as bot, I was like, oh, that's fine.
It was Heimerdinger Fiddlestick. Like okay, maybe you can play some Swain and Vladimir. Okay, I understand that, but about Heimerdinger, you have some bias. Like it's a troll pick, right? Normally people think Heimerdinger is a troll pick, so that's why I didn't try it at all. But after USS they doing it, okay, I play in solo queue, and it's actually like he has an insane turret damage, and just with the fiddlestick, if you fear, you die. You can kill somebody. So I think that's the weirdest champion. I can't calculate his damage. Like he just weird with some turret damage.
The donger? Oh shit. My Heimerdinger mechanics really need work, I gotta say. I remember last time I played Heimerdinger, I played Heimer top and I fed my ass off. And yeah, my Heimer mechanics really, they're not there yet.
Actually, fun fact, I think 2-3 days ago, I asked Heisendong to like give me a lesson. He's like this challenger, Heimerdinger one trick. And yeah, he sat down with me, taught me a bunch of like Heimerdinger like tricks and tips. So I think if anyone were to bring out Heimerdinger, it'll probably be me next week.
Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.